Did YNW Melly's song lyrics predict that his two buddies would be killed? Or are they just the result of an anxious mind? Is he bipolar, like in Melly vs. Melvin, his album? Or was everything pre-planned by his mastermind? Join us as we uncover the truth behind these questions. Jamal Demons, often known as Melly, was born on May 1, 1999 to Jamie Demons King, who was just 14 years old when she gave birth to him. They lived in different locations in eastern Florida, including Orange Park Apartments in Gifford during his early years. Music had always held a special place in Demons' heart, with influences like Chris Brown and Michael Jackson having a lasting impact on him. Along with his musical hobbies, he had an alarming fixation with weapons, recalling finding a handgun under his uncle's couch in 4th grade and carrying it everywhere, including to school. Demons' troubled behavior became evident before he reached the age of 10, as he developed a dangerous fixation on possessing weapons. In 7th grade, he brought a large knife to school and made alarming threats to himself and a fellow student. It was evident that he grappled with significant emotional and psychological disturbances at a tender age. Shifting his focus to music provided him with an outlet, and in 8th grade, he recorded his first song, setting him on a path toward his budding music career. In 2015, YNW was established, and Jamal, who adopted the name Melly, teamed up with Christopher, known as Juvie, and Anthony Williams, who went by Sack Chaser. Together, they formed a rap crew and began consistently releasing music on SoundCloud, quickly garnering support from their peers and classmates. However, during the start of their 10th grade year, Melly faced a serious legal issue when he was charged with firing a weapon at 3 upperclassmen in a school zone at a young age. The charges against him included 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of discharging a firearm in public. This resulted in his expulsion from school and a year-long imprisonment at the age of 16. During his time behind bars, Melly found inspiration for what would become his most significant track, Murder on My Mind. He revealed that the idea for the chorus came to him while he was incarcerated. Recognizing the potential of the song, Melly later re-recorded it with a faster tempo and released it in March of 2017. At this point, he began to take his social media presence seriously, focusing on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to further his reach. Unfortunately, the detailed lyrics in Murder on My Mind, where Melly vividly fantasized about committing murder, became a violation of his parole. Since he was still on parole from his previous imprisonment, the judge used the song as evidence, leading to his arrest once again. The powerful impact of his music on social media inadvertently contributed to his return to jail. It's unknown how long he was imprisoned, but by the time he turned 17, in October of 2017, his team was advocating for the release of YNW Melly under the hashtag #FreeYNWMelly. His family and friends even prepared and recorded a full music video for his song 772 Love, which has received over 40 million views on YouTube. Everything seemed to be going okay for Melly and his crew until October of 2018. On that tragic day, Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams were found shot and killed in South Florida. The authorities discovered their lifeless bodies at Memorial Hospital Miramar, riddled with gunshot wounds, but it was already too late to save them. The last time anyone saw Juvie and Sack Chaser alive was in Fort Lauderdale around 3:20 a.m. that fateful day. The circumstances surrounding their deaths remained shrouded in mystery until the truth unfolded. Melly and his accomplice, Cortland Henry, had allegedly plotted to murder their childhood friends and make it look like a random drive-by shooting. Chillingly, they carried out their sinister plan, leaving 2 young lives brutally cut short. In the aftermath, Both Melly and Henry faced the consequences of their alleged actions. Henry was caught and brought back from Texas, and the next day, Melly surrendered to authorities in Broward County. The charges against them were severe, 2 counts of first-degree murder each. Henry was also hit with 2 counts of accessory after the fact. According to the police, Demmons was believed to be the one who pulled the trigger, while Henry took on the grim task of transporting their lifeless bodies to a hospital in their Jeep SUV. Before turning himself in, Melly took to Instagram to assert his innocence, posting a picture of all 4 friends together as if to proclaim that he could never have done such a thing. But the evidence stacked against them was overwhelming, leaving the world shocked and devastated by the dark turn of events. A couple of months ago, I lost my 2 brothers by violence, and now the system want to find justice, Demmons said in the post. Unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries, God is with me and my brother Henry. At first, Henry claimed that the 2 had fallen victim to an unknown drive-by shooting. But the police later unveiled a chilling truth, that Demmons and Henry had orchestrated the killings themselves. According to the investigators, Demmons was the only one who pulled the trigger, and Henry played a part in covering up their dark deeds. The arrest records, submitted to Broward County Court on February 14th, laid out a disturbing array of evidence supporting the allegations. The investigators' claims were backed by the absence of any evidence of shots being fired at the location where Henry claimed the shooting took place. No reports of gunshots were made in that area. Cell phone records and surveillance footage indicated that an associate had provided false information about Demmons' whereabouts before the shooting. Contradictions between the path taken to the hospital, as shown in cell phone records and surveillance video, and Henry's initial testimony, and forensic evidence from the actual crime scene, determined by cell phone records and canine search, revealed no presence of other vehicles at the time of the shooting. A trajectory analysis of the vehicle's bullets demonstrated that their paths did not align with the victim's wounds. These disturbing revelations directly pointed to Demmons as the alleged shooter, painting a dark and unsettling picture of the events leading up to the tragic deaths of his 2 friends. Following the shooting, shocking evidence was uncovered against Demmons. A shell casing from a .40 caliber revolver, identical to those identified at the crime site, was discovered on the floorboard of the left rear passenger seat, where Demmons was seen sitting on video. The fatal shot that killed Williams came from behind and to the left, fired from a distance of less than 3 feet, according to autopsy data. Investigators discovered that Henry and Demmons had spent a significant amount of time driving around with the lifeless bodies of their buddies in the van before finally visiting the hospital. It appeared to be a deliberate effort on their part to craft their narrative of the occurrence. The motivation for the shooting remains unknown as of March 4th. On March 5th, Demmons pleaded not guilty to the first-degree murder charges, and the case is scheduled to be presented to a jury. Prosecutors in Florida filed paperwork signaling their intention to seek the death penalty against YNW Melly. Even from behind bars, Demmons announced his plans for a new album on August 9th. He shared a photo on Instagram showing him during a jail visit, hinting at the upcoming release with the caption, "Album on the way, everybody. Y'all ready? Melly vs. Melvin." The new album is said to revolve around the theme of mixed personalities, harkening back to his hit collaboration with Kanye West. Since early 2019, YNW Melly's alter ego, Melvin, has been extensively marketed on his social media accounts, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. He released a new album titled Melly vs. Melvin, which proved to be a commercial success, achieving gold status. The album spent an impressive 31 weeks on the Billboard 200 albums chart, debuting at number 8 on December 7th, 2019. Following the success of Melly vs. Melvin, the rapper dropped another album called Just a Matter of Slime. It entered the Billboard 200 chart at number 11 on August 28, 2021, maintaining its presence on the chart for 3 weeks. Meanwhile, during YNW Melly's trial, the prosecution delivers its case over the course of a month. Witnesses testified about the night Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr. were tragically killed. The state is investigating footage and communications purportedly sent by Melly in order to prove that a cell phone discovered at the crime scene belonged to the rapper. Several significant witnesses from YNW Melly's personal life were called to testify during the trial. Jorge Bello, a Broward Sheriff's Office gun specialist, and Mark Moretti, the investigation's chief detective, were both called in to testify. Mark Moretti was the state's star witness, appearing on the stand for more than a week. During cross-examination, however, the defense attempted to undercut his expertise. They questioned Moretti's qualifications to explain technical matters like mobile phone data location, aiming to call the evidence's reliability into question. Melly's legal team stated in their defense strategy that investigators concentrated primarily on their client as the principal murder suspect without sufficiently considering other potential candidates. They moved for a mistrial several times, aiming to call the processes into question. Judge Murpham, however, refused these motions, keeping the trial on track. The courtroom drama grew as the trial progressed, leaving YNW Melly's destiny in doubt. This is the most recent update we have. So what are your thoughts on him? Tell us about it in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.